Like every time I debate a liberal, my voice, octaves go up because that's just me. But he's doing the same thing I'm doing, but with a lower tone of voice, and it's a beautiful thing. I praise Dr. Carson because I got to tell you, I didn't think he had a chance. And now I'm thinking, well, not only does he have a chance, but this guy's already polling to be able to beat Hillary. And if he can beat Hillary, even if he's not the GOP nominee, maybe he's a vice presidential candidate. I'm looking at Dr. Carson in a whole different way right now. And that's what this process is supposed to do, by the way, which is why I cannot endorse any one particular candidate, because this process is going to cause you to want to support somebody different, probably on a daily or a monthly basis. And yet there might be a candidate out there like me with Dr. Carson that you once thought has absolutely no chance, but all of a sudden he's shooting up in the polls, and the polls are saying, well, yeah, he's got a shot against anybody on the Democratic side, and you're thinking, whoa, well, okay, let's see what more he has to say. But that wouldn't be happening if it weren't for the Donald. I'm telling you, because all you would have at the top of the heap right now would be Jeb Bush, Scott Walker, Marco Rubio, and Ted Cruz. That would be it. Those would be your four. I'm telling you, those would be your four candidates that you'd have to choose from right now, if it were not for Donald Trump. Because they're the most practiced, most rehearsed, most polished politicians on the GOP side right now. I know people, well, what about Santorum and Perry? Yeah, but they would have been dropping out long ago. You can never really count out Santorum, because Santorum was behind a lot in the early days of 2012. But he actually won a few primaries, if I do recall, back in 12. So you can't rule out Santorum. I know you really can't. But at the same time, now you're looking at Fiorina, looking at Cruz. You're looking at Carson, looking at Trump, and big names like Bush, even Rubio, not doing so well. Even the golden boy, Scott Walker, not doing so well. The other golden boy, Kasich, not doing so well. Now, it doesn't mean that they can't. None of the ones I just mentioned can't, have a reversal of fortune. And again, don't rule out Scott Walker. Let's face it. This is the guy that beat the liberals at their own game and won 3 elections in 4 years. So look, he knows how to win. But you have to understand, he's not going to win by being polished and rehearsed. And I think he gets that now. This whole thing that Rand is talking about being disruptive, it's taken the professional politicians off their game on both sides of the political aisle. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a absolutely gorgeous thing. Now, can it stay this way? I don't know how long this is going to last throughout maybe it'll last the entire I hope it lasts the entire primary season. And I hope it continues straight on through the actual campaign for the election of once the nominees are known. I hope it continue. I hope the Republicans continue to be disruptive and just because look, this is another 2016 is not only an opportunity for the conservatives to take the White House, it is also an opportunity for the conservatives to take more control of the House and Senate. And it's the truth. They have that opportunity. We have the opportunity. We have the opportunity to actually reverse have a reversal of fortune of the direction of this country right now. It is. Look, fully understand me on this. This 2016 election is an election for the conservatives to lose. The Democrats aren't going to win a damn thing. The only thing that can happen is if conservatives lose it. Because I'm telling you right now, we've got it in the bag. And we've got 4 or 5, well, as many as 8 candidates right now that can take it all the way. So this is an election all across the board for conservatives to lose. I'm telling you, the Democrats can't. Look, you've got Democrats who are now, never would have, if this were 2 years ago, a year ago, wouldn't even have thought to go against Barack Obama. Now you've got some major Democrats like Chuck Schumer talking about, well, this Obama thing is, with Iran, not such a good deal. They're sticking their necks out to be chopped off by Obama for going against him. They're going to bring others with them on this. This is not, look, you want to talk about disruptive. It has been, I know Hillary is so embroiled with the email thing, but she's also being beat up by the Republicans constantly, the candidates, especially Trump and a couple of others, constantly. It is so bad that they're doing these polls, even on the left, and they're saying, well, geez, Hillary's getting trounced by just about everyone on the GOP side. And it is so bad, both because of what Trump has done and what the GOP contenders keep doing to her and what she's doing to herself by the right, keeping this whole email gate in the forefront. And it's expanding even without them because the FBI is not political at all. That now you have the left talking about, oh, gee, damn, we might need to have a backup plan and get somebody to replace her. And they are so scared of losing it that they even if it was for a short period of time, considered Al Gore. Look, if they're considering Al Gore, you know that their numbers, their own polling numbers are telling you that Hillary Clinton is currently dead. There is not going to be a revival of this woman as far as, her political campaign is concerned. Now, I know you should never rule out Hillary, but let me tell you something. If they keep going in this direction, if the GOP and the FBI and others like me keep pounding on this woman on this reason alone, as well as her, because this has everything to do with her lack of success of being a public servant as a senator, as a first lady, a senator, and a secretary of state, if they keep hammering on all her failures and then add on top of that her email gate, she is dead in the water. The Democrats now know this. So they were even looking at, well, we better come up with an alternative because the alternative right now is Bernie Sanders. Do we really want to have, because Sanders is not going to win a national election. He's not going to win. The Democrats, he may be gathering 28,000 people, but he's not Barack Obama. He's not going to win. So they're looking, oh my gosh, we better come up with an alternative. So, hey, yeah, Mr. Biden, well, if Biden isn't interested or if he's, hemming and hawing, we better find somebody that can replace Hillary. Al Gore, how about Al? If you're going to Al Gore to be a potential replacement for Hillary, you know that the Democrats know with their own polling numbers, which are very accurate, because, they look, if you want to know what is really going on in a campaign, you look at the campaign's actual real numbers, because they need to know exactly what's going on. And if they're out there touting that, even considering Al Gore, even if it's for a short period of time, well, maybe we can get Al. The numbers that the Democrats have are worse than what we know. Think about that. If the Democrats are, hey, maybe we can get Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren, who's already thrown her support by Bernie under Bernie Sanders completely. Yeah, she loves Bernie. In fact, people are talking about, well, maybe Bernie should have her as a running mate. And they're saying, well, okay, maybe we should try to get, Elizabeth Warren into the race. Why? Simply because she's a female? Because she's exactly a Bernie Sanders. She cannot win a national election right now. She cannot win nationally. So now, okay, we got to get maybe Joe Biden or Al Gore. So when they start looking like that and start considering old retreads like Al and stick your foot in your mouth every single day, Biden, the internal polling numbers that they have are so bad. They are bad. They're not going to share those internal polling numbers, but let me this is just the way it is, folks. This is I found this out under when George Herbert Walker Bush, because my family had a friend who was actually on Air Force One. He was he wasn't Secret Service, he was Air Force, but he was on Air Force One with George Herbert Walker Bush, and during Clinton's first term. But when he was on the plane with George Herbert Walker Bush, he would relate to our family that, the internal polling numbers do not look good for Bush. They don't look good. And the numbers that we saw nationally that they were showing us, they look, it's close. It's close. No. He said they were running scared because their internal numbers showed Bush losing big time. And look what happened. Bush lost pretty big. Herbert Walker Bush lost pretty big to Clinton. And he knew that because of the internal polls that they have. Those internal polls are dead accurate, folks. They know what the hell is going on because they have to know. They need to know. In order to win a campaign like this, they have to know exactly what's going on. All these external polls out there, from MSNBC and ABC and Quinnipiac and all the others, whether they be right or left leaning, it doesn't really matter. Those are BS numbers. The real numbers are in the internal polls. And if people are running scared already in the Hillary and Democratic camps, it's because their internal polls are telling them that it's bad for Hillary. Very bad. Just, look, Hillary, North Carolina poll from Rolling Stone has Donald Trump with 40% of the vote and Hillary with only 38%. Now, if you were listening to liberal Democrats, there's no way in hell that's pretty much, there's a polling error of 3 percentage points either way. So that's basically a statistical dead heat. There's no way in hell that Donald Trump is supposed to be in a statistical dead heat with the Democratic front runner already. No possible way. I'm telling you, folks, she's in trouble. They know she's in trouble. So that's why they're looking for a way out of her. Don't doubt me on this, folks. Well, that sound means we are out of time for tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow for Free For All Friday. I'm Rod Eccles. This has been the Rod Eccles Show. Have a wonderful night, folks. I'm out.